OK, the first news of the day, the mildly reassuring news of the day, is that our stock market bounced back from yesterday's losses, as did Japan's. Global markets are still sharply down, of course. Uncertainty is rife. But after the initial shock of Donald Trump's widespread tariffs on US imports, the world is now looking at how to deal with this in the medium term. Problem is not over, of course, but there's a little more calm. And yet the prospects of recession still loom large. And the deeply indebted, high-spending state that the Labor Party has put our budget in for the foreseeable future, well, that leaves Australia more vulnerable to these global pressures than ever. But while the main target of Trump's trade and tariffs fight back, China, is giving no ground and promising to retaliate with increased tariffs itself, other countries are rolling over. Here's Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the White House.
We will eliminate the trade deficit with the United States. We intend to do it very quickly. We think it's the right thing to do. And we're going to also eliminate trade barriers.
Now, when the focus is on restoring trade balance with the US, removing trade deficits for the US, it only makes Australia's treatment seem even more bizarre. The US has a trade surplus with us. That's exactly what it wants. It sells us far more stuff than we sell it. And we have a free trade agreement too, or we did. No tariffs between our two countries over the past 20 years until last week. So why we've been targeted with a 10% tariff is anyone's guess, except, of course, pressure from US cattle producers angry that our biosecurity rules keep US beef out of Australia because of the risk of mad cow disease.
The cattle producers,
Bingo.
They're saying it is about time. Yeah. One of the countries that you just showed on that slip before I came on, Australia. Australia has sold $29 billion worth of beef in the United States, and we haven't been able to sell one hamburger in Australia because of barriers.
One hamburger. Look, if this is the only real issue in Australia's trade spat with the US, then it should be settled. It shouldn't be a difficult argument, but of course it's unlikely to be resolved in the middle of an election campaign. Instead, the campaign focus will be on economic management in these perilous times. The Prime Minister seems to think we've got it pretty good here.
And I note as well that as well as economic growth occurring, unemployment being low, wages going up, inflation going down and interest rates starting to fall, in addition to all of that, what we saw in the latest figures, the last quarter, was per capita incomes as well are growing in real terms. We have turned a corner.
We've turned the corner. Power prices at record levels, despite your promise to cut them by $275 a year. Most of the past 3 years spent in per capita recession in this country, and debt about to hit $1 trillion, $1,000 billion. We've turned the corner all right, and it looks like we're going the wrong way. What might happen, however, is our plunging dollar could see petrol prices rise. And that might make Peter Dutton's election promise to halve petrol excise increasingly attractive. We'll see. No doubt the economy needs to be front and centre of the campaign now, which of course is just the way it should be.